Yeah, I'll be talking few facts about the creative confidence in user-centric design, but it doesn't restrict only to UCD process, but everywhere, wherever you work, wherever you interact with other people, this confidence is very important factor. So I'll be covering these topics. I'll briefly explain what creative confidence is. Then I will be explaining the impact of the confidence. Like when you have creative, when you possess creative confidence, what is the difference that will come in your work? Then what are the common blocks? There are a lot of creative blocks that happens for a designer in their daily activities. So we can learn about those blocks and how to overcome those blocks as well. Then nurturing creative confidence, how you can boost your creative confidence. What are the different methodologies that you can keep as a practice to increase your confidence. Then we'll go for a self exercise, a tiny funny exercise we'll do. Okay, so let's move on. Creative confidence. So what is creative confidence? Like when we are all designers, right? Like we are mainly working on the design platform. So how do we do the design oriented process? Like what are the methodologies that we approach? So creative confidence is all about approaching your problem solving and design with a user focused mindset. So the same time you'll be focusing on the user, but you'll be showcasing the bravery to explore new ideas as well. So how well you can do that is actually depending on the confidence level that you have inside you. Creative confidence is a behavioral aspect actually which develops from certain other aspects. Those are like empathy, idea generation, prototyping and testing, resilience. So if a designer is able to possess all these behavioral aspects, then his or her creative confidence will increase drastically. So what is empathy? Empathy is nothing but the ability to think as the user, stepping into the user's shoes to understand their needs, frustrations, and desires. This empathy fuels creative solutions that truly resonate with the team. So if you are able to think that, okay, I am the customer, I am the end user, and this is what I want, this is what I feel, this is what I fear as a frustration to my current system, this is my desire. If I'm able to understand that, okay, this is what the user wants and does, then we can come up with solutions that actually resonate with the user. Then idea generation, having the confidence to brainstorm freely, experiment with different approaches, and not to be afraid of the bad ideas. So sometimes we don't discuss ideas with other people. There are a lot of reasons for that, which we'll be coming to coming slides. But what happens now? People sometimes stops themselves from brainstorming. So people, when they are able to brainstorm freely, and that too without limiting anyone to any of the constraints. Sometimes what happens, we have some time given for the design activities in as part of the project, but we will not have time to do extra brainstorming, extra ideations, workshops, and come up with a better design. So what happens? We will be limited as a process, as a part of the process. The designers will be limited to certain time. Maybe he or she will get maybe a couple of weeks only to do the entire design process. So in that case, we will not get enough time to do these things. But if you're able to achieve yourself, if you're able to manage your time and able to do this brainstorming and come up with the better solutions, there is nothing better than that. So this will increase your confidence. Prototyping and testing, the willingness to turn ideas into testable prototypes, even if they seems rough. So if you're able to, quickly turn around to the customer with design prototypes, you got some ideas for a module, you create that design, quickly you make a prototype that the user can test it. Just give it to them, let them play around with that, let them give you feedback, and you can actually work based on the feedback and you can make it better. So this is another behavioral aspect that will increase your confidence. Then resilience. Resilience is a very important thing. which is called the being able to bounce back from negative feedback and use it as a opportunity to learn more. People are all afraid of feedback. Even I'm afraid of feedback. Sometimes I'll think that, okay, what will the customers think? Sometimes I feel that, okay, what will my manager think if I give it for a review? So do not take it personally. Do not take it in that negative manner. Always take it as a positive thing. Okay, when the design feedbacks comes, so the feedback comes, take it, analyze it in a constructive way, and understand what went wrong, where it went wrong, and take those aspects and work better. So that's called resilience. So people with high resilience capacity will have will be able to get more creative confidence. So the impact of creative confidence means what are the outcomes if you are a creatively confident person? You will have enhanced exploration because you do brainstorming and ideation very frequently in the early stages. Also, you do that. Then improved user focus because you have enough empathetic behavior and you know how to understand the user and their pain points. Because of that, you will be focusing on the user all the time. Then greater efficiency because when in the design stage you create prototyping and you do iteration process, you you embrace iteration and you take it as a part of your job. So automatically overall efficiency will be increased. Then increased resilience means when you take the feedbacks in a very positive way, so you have the fear of failure, that fear of failure will get reduced actually. The fear of rejections will get reduced. So I'll be explaining about fear of failure in the upcoming slides. So these are the impacts of creative confidence. Yeah, as I mentioned, a few creative blocks that will come in our life, like daily work life. Every designer will have this. It doesn't matter whether you're a senior guy or a junior person, doesn't matter at all. Because fear of failure and imposter syndrome, these two blocks are very quite common in our industry. And just believe it or not, it will actually drastically turn you down if you have these kind of blocks. So let me explain what is fear of failure. Fear of failure in UX design is a fear of your design ideas being criticized or rejected. So as we know that, okay, I have done a design, I'm about to share it with my manager or with my subordinates or with my teammates or even with the client. But if I'm a person with this issue, with this block, if I have fear of failure, I might think that, okay, should I do it? What if they reject it? What if they criticize it? What if they find out that, okay, there are a lot of negative points in that? So that fear will actually turn you down from doing many things. You will hesitate to share ideas, first of all. You will think that, okay, I should not share this because they might point out something. Then you tend to play it safe. You know what is play it safe? Playing it safe is nothing but you have an idea. It's a good idea, but you do not have the confidence to share it. So you'll think that, okay, let me not share this idea. Let me share the good old idea, which is already there in the market, which can be easily recognized and people will approve it. So you tend to play it safe, then waste time on perfectionism. It's a very funny thing actually, because you have the fear of failure or you have the fear of rejection. You think that, okay, let me make it some more perfect, then I'll share. Imagine, I'll take an example of a website. Okay, so the home page we have to share with the customer and get feedback. So before sharing, I have this problem. Okay, I have a fear of rejection. So I think that, okay, maybe the first impression is the best impression, right? Okay, let me work on the pagination part, or let me work on the logo much better. Let me make it even better. So what happens now? I will concentrate on certain elements only on the design, and I'll tend to waste a lot of time on spending, time on making it perfect. But the fact is that even I'm not sure whether this direction is okay or not because I haven't given it for even first review itself. So we tend to lose a lot of time for this perfectionism. We need to follow the process only, not the perfection part. Okay, that is something which will come on the later in the next slides. And discouragement by negative feedback. It's the same as the what I said, the resilience part. So we will get negative feedback. That is common thing in our designers life. But there are multiple ways of giving feedback also. People sometimes give the feedback very personally. Sometimes people give a constructive feedback. So make sure that you're getting constructive feedback. If not, demand it from the person who is giving you feedback. I hope everybody knows what is constructive feedback. I'll just explain it very quickly. If I'm okay, let's say to my somebody reporting to me, if he or she comes and shares one design and he is asking for feedback. Suddenly I'm looking at it and I'm saying that, okay, this design is not good. If I tell that, there is no use of that feedback. No one is going to get benefited from the feedback. I am not gaining anything, even that the junior also not gaining. He is not able to, okay, it's not good though. So what to do? So instead of that, give it in a very constructive way. Constructive way in the sense, my feedback should be an actionable item for the person who is getting the feedback. So if I tell that instead of saying that your design is not good, let me say that, okay, your font typography is not correct. You need to make it better. Your white spacing is not correct. You need to make it better. Or your hierarchy is not that up to the mark. You can, try more. So those are the constructive feedback where that person can take it literally and work on each element, each items. So usually we say that constructive feedback should be actionable, positive, and specific to the subject. So discouragement by negative feedback happens when you have this fear of failure. So people don't take it in a constructive way. People take it in personal way, and there your motivation, your creativity, everything stops over there. So as I said, how it affects, as I said, it will lower the creativity if you have fear of failure. It will lower the creativity because you don't share, you hesitate to share the ideas. It will limit learning because you're playing it safe and you're not exploring more ideas. It will slow down the process because you tend to do the perfectionism. Instead of following process by process, you will tend to better only some part of your design. So overall overall process will go slow down. All these factors will actually lowers your the work quality also. How to overcome fear of failure. So these are certain examples how to overcome. Like, understand failure as an opportunity to learn more. See failure as a learning. Get the feedback. If it's a failure, understand why it is rejected. Which point is not correct. Then make it better and come back with a better design. Embrace iteration. As we said, prototypes. Sorry, iterating. Do the brainstorming. Iterate more designs. The number of iterations are actually affects the quality of the design. Like if you do 4 or 5 iterations for a design, I'm sure that the iteration 1 and iteration 5 will be drastically different on a good level. Then focus on user needs. This is an important point. Whatever you do, you will have to always focus on the user needs. Make sure that the user is there in each process of your design. User is there in the sense you are the user. You are actually you are empathizing as a user throughout the process, and whatever your solutions you're making is actually for the end user. Then build resilience, the ability to bounce back and take the feedback to in a positive way and learn from that. That is resilience. So these are the ways to overcome the fear of failure. And the second block is called the imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is also there for everyone. Okay, so it's a psychological experience where people doubt their skills, talents, and accomplishments despite evidence of their competence. A person might be a very good, very highly talented person in design or prototyping or interaction designing. But sometimes what happens, people with this issue, this imposter syndrome, will think that, okay, I'm not capable of that. Maybe I was lucky, that's the reason I got it. Or people are, maybe there are no other people who can do like this, that's the reason. And if you ask me, I'm not that capable. So these kind of negative feelings will be there for some people. So those people always tend to have these symptoms. So these 4 symptoms are the symptoms for imposter syndrome. First one is persistent self-doubt. I always doubt myself. Am I eligible for this? Am I a correct person? Can I do it? Will I be able to succeed? So these thinking will be there for these kind of people. Always will be there. It doesn't matter whether you're a senior or a junior person. Discounting price. Even if you get praise, even if you get appreciation from the team, from the organization, from the customer, you think that, okay, I'm not eligible for it. Maybe it's I was lucky enough to get this appreciation. So that's called discounting price. Fear of exposure. Fear of exposure usually happens for everyone, especially for senior people. I have experienced it myself. Like see, whenever I join new places, so since people with high experience will have a lot, I mean, others will have a lot of expectations on people coming with much experience, right? So people will think that, okay, this person has worked on this corporate and he knows he's obviously have seen better things than us. So that kind of feeling will they will show those feeling towards the senior people. And senior people sometimes, if that person is having this imposter syndrome, he might think that, okay, they are thinking about me as a huge guy. What if they come to know that I'm nothing after some time? Because because they don't have the self-confidence, right? They have the self-doubt. They have the continuous, persistent self-doubt. Because of that doubt, they'll have this feeling. It's called the fear of exposure. Then comparison trap. Comparison trap is actually a trap where you start comparing yourself with others in your office, in the industry, uh, like that. So suppose there are two people. One person is 20 years experience and the other person is 10-year experience. The 20-year experience person will be thinking that, okay, that guy is just 10 years experience, but he knows better than me. Okay, he has good convincing capacity, he has good how do I say, his skills are really good. His presentation skills are awesome. And I'm not that. So what happens now? I started comparing with someone else and I put the benchmark as that person's skills. But it may not be the true thing for all the time. Imagine that person also will be thinking the same thing about me. That, okay, this guy has 20 years experience and he knows a lot of things. So always put benchmark to yourself only. Think in a way that, okay, today I am in this level. Tomorrow I should be in the other level, in a higher level. So keep the self benchmarking thing. So imposter syndrome can affect anyone regardless of their background and achievements. It particularly common among high achievers who hold themselves to very strict standards. So yeah, next we'll talk about how to boost our creative confidence, nurturing creative confidence. So these are certain methodologies which we can keep as a practice in our daily life, daily work life, and thus you will increase your creative confidence. I will explain one by one. So first we'll go to embracing exploration. So embracing exploration is a good thing, that a good practice that everybody should have. Like for example, play and experiment. So we have this busy schedules all the time, right? We have meetings, we have work deadlines, a lot of things. But try and find some time for some creative activity that will eventually boost up your creativity. So you can maybe you can do doodling, you can play with clay or any art. I've seen people doodling during the office hours also. They'll doodle the others' pictures and share it. They'll play with my friend. Actually, my friend in Bangalore, he is an IT. I mean, he's an interaction designer, but he loves clay modeling. He went and learned it by himself. I mean, to one institution. And whenever he has time in the weekends, he do that. And even I do something like that. Sometimes I think in my current, I mean, in Experion, people might have seen that. Like whenever there was a free time, I shared some three stories, and I explain some part of the story. Then people can ask me questions on that story, and my answer will be yes, no, or irrelevant. Then based on my answers, they'll have to figure out the story which is there in my mind. So these are the activities eventually increase your thinking capacities, your creativities, and everything. So keep that as a habit, and you'll know the difference. Okay. Then step outside of your comfort zone. I don't need to explain that how it works, right? Because once you step outside of your comfort zone, you'll start gaining a lot of things. So don't be afraid to try out new things, even if you feel awkward at the first. Take a class in something that interests you, challenge yourself with a creative prompt, or collaborate with someone who has a different creative background. Shift your mindset. Reframe the failure. So understand your failures as a learning opportunity and not the roadblocks. Analyze what went wrong and how to use that as a knowledge to improve at your next attempt. Celebrate small wins. So these are all small things which we can actually follow. There is nothing, no big deal in this. Celebrating small wins, like we all are mature people, but we have a child in our inside, right? Everybody will have. Because of that itself, we all love celebrating wins, small wins, enjoying. So acknowledge and celebrate your progress, no matter how small it is. This keeps you motivated and reinforces the belief in your creative abilities. Imagine you get a good mail from the customer, appreciation mail. Share it with the team. No need to hesitate on anything. Just share it with the team. Let people think anything. People might think that, okay, this guy is boosting himself. It doesn't matter. Just share it because there will be a lot of other people who will get inspired by that. Then focus on process, not the perfection. Enjoy the creative process itself and trust that good work will emerge from exploration and experimentation. You need to follow up the design process as it is so that you will get the result in a much better way. Build your skills. So learn from others, read books and articles on creativity, uh, watch inspiring talks by creative minds or famous creative people, I mean designers, or take online courses and that can develop your skills. Then practice regularly. It's a very good thing actually. Um, the more you create, the more comfortable and confident you become. So we can do it as a practice, at least twice in a week or once in a week. Do some UX activities that that is in your domain. Like maybe for UX designers, you can actually think of doing some competitor analysis of an application or a heuristic evaluation of a website. Just do that. Like take some time of your busy schedule. Just do it and share it with others and ask for feedback. So this is the way how we practice our work process in a regular manner. Create a supportive environment. Surround yourself with positive and encouraging people who appreciate your creativity. Join the communities, attend workshops, and a creative buddy, or find a creative buddy who can actually support you and give you constructive feedback. Then minimize negative influences. Yeah, this is a good thing. It's good for your mental health also. Limit your exposure to criticism and discourages you or reducing your creative spirit, because sometimes there'll be people unnecessarily they'll just criticize you, and even for no reason. So they will criticize and they'll just go, but the person who gets criticized will will actually bear that feeling and will be walking away. So it will demotivate and reduce the overall quality of the work as well. Continuous learning. Embrace curiosity. So uh, we are all we actually we need to start asking things. We need to be curious to be in a in a design field to understand better things. I'll just give you an example. This is my own example. In my previous company, there was a customer visit and we were all in a board meeting room. So there are around 25 people from our side and two customers. And the client started talking about his requirements and his desires and everything, what he wanted by the end of the next year. He started talking full-fledged. I'm like, I'm not able to understand anything, first of all. So I asked my colleague who is sitting next to me, dude, what is he talking about? Then he just said, man, I don't understand anything. So we both are clueless, but we are hesitated to ask the client. You know what I thought? I thought that what will the client think? What will the customer think? I've been talking for half an hour and now this guy is asking that what is it? So, and more than the client, what will my colleagues think? Other 23 people are there, right? What will they think? That this guy is a senior person and he doesn't know or he doesn't have the power to grab things. And what is he doing for the last half an hour? So all those fear of criticism actually stopped me in asking things. So what I understand that if I would have asked that, the client will be more than happy to help me. And also more than that, if I ask a silly, whether it's a silly doubt, if I ask that, I'm very sure that at least in that 25 people, at least 15, 16 people will get benefited of that, because they were all waiting for that kind of question and an answer. They're waiting for someone to ask. So there is a famous writer, British writer called Simon Sinek. He actually mentioned in one of the interviews saying that uh, need not be ashamed of being the fool in the group. There should be somebody who pretends to be, who wears the cap of the fool in the group. He will be asking questions, anything, a silly question, any kind of silly question, so that others will get benefited. So curiosity drives the designer to seek inspiration and information from wide range of sources. Also studying user behavior, exploring historical design movements, or being curious on unrelated fields like biology, psychology, etc. So curiosity can actually lead you to explore more, from many resources. Then growth mindset enables iteration. Designers with the growth mindset learn from mistakes. They figure out what went wrong and use that into to make their designs better. Then interdisciplinary collaboration. This is something very important actually. When when people with different backgrounds and experiences come together, they bring a wider range of ideas and approaches on the table. This can lead to more creative and effective solutions and problems. Like if you are discussing certain things with your own friends, your own people, the possibilities of getting wider ideas are limited. But at the same time, I'm a 2 years experienced person is talking, in a design workshop, and there are other people like 15 years, 16 years experience. They will have a lot of things to tell. They'll have a lot of incidents and experiences to share, right? So the ideas getting from these kind of workshop will be higher than, if you don't collaborate with people with different experiences. Then this also helps in reduce bias. By hearing from people with different experiences, we can become more aware of our own biases and blind spots. If I think of myself only, if I think that, okay, I'm a 35 plus person. Okay, I'm creating an application for a similar kind of person, okay, 35 plus. And I say that, okay, this feature I don't like, so I will not keep it, because 35 plus people may not like it because I don't like it. That's called self bias. So if you collaborate with more people with different, different domains, different experience, different culture, you will come to know that, okay, there are people who likes these features. It's not only your judgment that matters, right? So these kind of collaborative works will always help you. So the communities which I mentioned here, finding your, support a community environment. So you can join online communities. I have kept some list of communities that we can try out. For UX designers, Dribble, Designer Hangout, Interaction Design Foundation, User Experience Stack Exchange, UX Mastery Community. Similarly, for creative designers, you can explore platforms like Pinterest, Behance, Creative Block, Design Shack, AIGA, the American Institute of Graphic Arts. So there are a lot of communities. I just jotted some of them only. Now, yeah, we'll go through a self exercise, which is about a persona hunt. Okay, so Vandana, can
Yeah, sure. What do you,
yeah, I will share the questions. Maybe like we need some volunteers for that, right?
yeah, sure. So I think we'll just enable unmuting option
Yeah.
and probably see if we have any volunteers. Uh, okay. I think Kannan, would you like to unmute yourself? Kannan? Okay, let me just check if
Yeah.
we've enabled
Yes.
unmute
Anyone
option.
else? Yeah.
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 Probably Sharat Daniel.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah.
Hi. So
Okay.
yeah, so just can you tell us what you do? Uh,
I
Sharad?
am a front-end developer.
Okay, and Kannan? Kannan. Okay. Ajit would like to join. Ajit, can you, are you able to unmute and talk, Ajit?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ajit.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you, Ajit.
Yeah, hi. So this is very simple. No need to stress. I'm sure all of us are wondering, that tiny bit of nervousness when we're in a group and many people are watching. Yeah, so first of all, thank you, Praveen, for that session. So I think we're really looking forward to this little exercise. And you did walk me through this, so I understand. And I think it's interesting because most of us are designers here, either just UX or UX, UI or product designers and front
Yes.
developers. That's
Yes,
mostly
yes.
the crowd here, or just curious people. So basically, um, we've enabled the unmute option, but for now let's just keep this to the few people we've asked to kind of interact, and then we if there are any questions, you can even now drop in the questions in the chat window and we can take it up with Praveen. So yeah, Praveen, go ahead.
Yeah.
Do you want to, yeah.
Yeah. So those people, I think Sharath and Ajit, right? Thank you,
Ajit,
guys.
yes.
Yeah, Ajit. Yeah. So this is about it's a small exercise. I'm sure that all of us have seen this kind of exercises, but this is just to quickly make it in a live group, just to understand like how we actually talk to each other, how we think about the user, and how we come up with the live scenarios. Like personas are nothing but those are the actual users. How do I say representations, right? So here, just take it as a fun activity. So here we need to create a persona, and the scenario is that that person needs to buy milk milk for coffee. So Ajit, Sharath, you can tell. I can write it here, like so you can think of a name, gender, age category, age, language, location, occupation, and see those points from occupation. It's a little, I mean, it's important. Like, what do they do? What are their goals? What are their pain points? So the scenario is that that person need to buy milk for coffee. Okay. So you can think of the goals, you can think of the pain points, and you can think of about that person, like what would be that person's routine, something like that.
Okay, I think, Praveen, if you don't mind, probably I think we should ask one more person. Ajit, would you like to tell us what you do as well? I don't know if you did, but
Oh, sorry.
yeah, would you like to tell us what you do?
Yeah, I'm UI designer.
Okay, great. I would like, Lukman, are you there? Lukman from the audience. Do you want to go unmute yourself? No. Is there just one more person we would love for someone to join in?
Hello, Vandana.
Yeah, hi, Kanan, finally.
Yeah.
Great.
Who's that?
So there was some problem with me. Like,
Okay, Kanan, do you want to tell us what you do?
yeah, I'm a UX designer.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Kanan.
Go ahead, Praveen. So we have Kanan, Ajit,
So yeah,
and
so I think Kanan, you are able to hear me like when I explain what to be done, or you want me to explain?
No, I just joined.
Okay, I will explain, Kanan. So for him, I will explain again. So basically, Kanan, we need to create user persona. Okay, user persona is nothing but the representation of the real user who is going to use your application, right? So here we have a scenario. The scenario tells that the person needs to buy milk for coffee. Simple. Okay. So you can think of these points like name, gender, age, category, age, language, location, occupation, goals, pain points, and about. So thinking of the scenario, you can think of the goals, pain points, and about us. Goal, like what is a person's goal? Okay, the scenarios need to buy milk for coffee. What is the pain points? So while doing certain, he or she has a goal. While doing that goal, they feel some trouble. That's a pain point. And there is an about, just to tell that okay, what is this person's daily activities, something like that. It's a very simple form of user persona. It's not the complete persona, We thought that we will at least spend some 10 minutes of time maximum. That's the reason we made it something simple. So we can, so this is like we can all discuss here. Like it's not that you need to come back from, go to a breakout room and come back, nothing like that. We can discuss here only. And I will start writing whatever you say.
Praveen, is it actually for the user? User will be another person, right? I need to.
So what I'm saying is like we are creating user persona for one person. Okay. So there is okay. This is the scenario. Usually what happens, the customer will come and tell that, okay, I have this problem with me. Give me a solution for that. Okay, so we all do application as solutions, right? Application solutions. Imagine there is a real product, tangible product solution. I'm saying that, okay, I have a pen. My hand is very sweaty and the pen slips off from my hand all the time when I write. That's a customer's problem. So how will you find a solution? For that, you need to start creating this kind of persona and understand from the beginning itself. So I hope you understand, no, Ajit?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that, you can think, okay, the name can be, okay, who will need to buy milk for coffee? Can be anyone else, right? Any category. It can be a male, female, kid, grandpa, grandma, anyone.
Yeah. Name Advait.
Advait in spelling.
Yeah. So I think Kannan and Sharath, you can go with the next.
So I can say a name.
Yeah.
No, you have to. I think you have to say the gender.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like that. Yeah, right.
Gender, age.
Oh.
You can say an age.
Okay, the gender obviously male.
Age.
Age category.
Yeah.
Kannan can tell age category.
Maybe like 30s.
You have to
30
say from to
30 to 40.
Yeah, maybe in 30s. Yeah,
Yeah.
30 to 40, 30 to 35.
30 to 40.
30
Okay,
to
so
40.
it's only at that age they decide they would need to go by milk.
Age. So the age will be
maybe 32, 32.
okay. So Ajit, language.
Malayalam.
Malayalam. Yeah. Location.
Kasaragod.
Kasaragod.
Okay. Excellent. I think we all like I can see everyone be creative.
Yeah. Occupation.
Something very hazardous, please do suggest.
Anna.
Can choose something that's not a designer?
Occupation can be anything, right? Everybody needs milk. Everybody needs coffee.
Maybe a marketing executive.
Okay. Cool.
Politician.
But that okay, we're going to keep that for the next one. I think that was an interesting one.
You guys are testing my spelling abilities. Yeah. Spell B. Yeah. Goal. Who will tell the goal? Sharath?
Goal can be anything, okay? It's not Sharath. It's not like I need to buy the milk. As a person, what are my goals in life? Like as a marketing executive,
it's not related to the
32,
scenario.
it could be, could not. Like in the sense, I'm a marketing executive and I'm 32 and Malayali based in Kasaragod. So what are my goals in life? And very short phrases. Let's like.
I can tell you one more thing. Like since the scenario is about to buy milk for coffee, the goal can be related to that. So if I tell that a good coffee in the morning in what do you call that, ignites my spirit or something like that. I would like to have a coffee in the morning. That itself can be one goal.
Yes,
Or
to get some fresh marketing ideas. That's getting into coffee.
That is interesting.
good. That's good.
I think I need morning coffee. Yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Pain points.
No, I think let's add like 2 more goals so that we can. Kannan, what could my goal be as Advait? As a marketing executive. Okay, I'm going to add in. Oh, Ajit, do you have something?
Yeah, Vandana, you
Uh,
can also pitch in.
Yeah.
If anyone else is interested, please.
Yeah. I think my goal is to reach everywhere on time. Okay. We're going to keep it limited because if a lot of people unmutes,
Okay,
it'll
okay.
get really noisy. So we're just going to keep it to the volunteers and it's us. And then after that, we can get everyone in. Yeah. Yeah. So anything else? Ajit, one more? In marketing, what does he need to do in marketing? He has to reach his.
Yeah.
Okay, as a marketing executive, in his work, what does he need to achieve?
Impress the clients.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
great.
yeah, can add that. Okay. Okay, pain points I'm going to add. Very difficult to wake up.
Mhm.
Ajit Kanan, any pain points for this?
No nearby shops.
Yeah,
Yes, good, good, good.
maybe something about the weather. Kanan
Lazy.
Sharan.
I
Lazy.
let, sorry,
Too lazy to go out.
lazy.
Yeah, that's excellent.
So I'm writing one more thing. My milkman stopped coming. I'm just writing. Okay, just being curious to write.
Okay. So about, I can probably start this off,
Yeah.
unless anyone. So as a bachelor,
Mhm.
I
As a
generally do, yeah, as a bachelor,
Oh,
I cook very little, but I need my morning coffee.
as a bachelor means you're talking
Yes.
about your early
No,
okay,
I
okay.
must
So
wait
sorry.
that.
Yeah, yeah. As a bachelor.
I don't have an active kitchen. So the only thing I make is coffee.
Mm.
And yeah, I think my life is about meetings and achieving targets.
My
My life is about a lot of meetings and achieving targets. Okay, I just said that because I think like this is the first description.
Yeah.
Anyone has a block. Which I think one thing about creativity is collaboration.
Right, exactly. So right. So just have a just have a look at whatever we have created. What do we understand from this? I'm trying to explain this because see, we know earlier we had this scenario only, but the person has come to us or the person has told us about the kind of users for whom he is or she is making this application or trying to find a solution. So that can be a person, a male, a 30 to 40 years old, maybe 32-year-old male who lives in Kerala, speaks Malayalam, and he is a marketing executive. So his goal that I need morning coffee to ignite my marketing ideas fresh, reaching everywhere on time, and need to impress the client. So overall, we can understand that that person would like to be energetic all the time. That will actually boost up his work, his skills, and his performance. So we know that his desire is to have coffee in the morning. That is for sure. So then his pain points: very difficult to wake up in the morning. no early nearby shops, lazy to go out. The milkman has stopped coming. So we can understand that his pain points are that he will have to go out and buy milk. Okay, that is the pain point, but he is looking for a solution where he can find a work around it, and how it can be solved, or can we give him a solution? Can we give him a online application to buy milk, or can we give him an application to subscribe for milk for month, something like that, right? That's the way, and this is the way we have to start creating user persona to understand the user better, understand if this is what we do actually, like stepping into their shoes and understanding. If I have to think that, okay, I'm a 32-year-old man and I have this situation, so what will I do? What would I do actually? And how will I think? What will I be wanting to do? So all these factors will come there. That's where you empathize. And based on this empathy, you start creating solutions. You, come up with solutions that can actually help him to get his milk in the morning. So that's how we find solution for each and every small, scenarios. Vandana, do you want to add something?
Yeah, thank you, Praveen. Yeah, I think it was interesting in a matter of just few, couple of minutes that, Sharath, Kannan, and Ajit, and, all of us could talk about this and do something like that. I think what I felt, my takeaway is like about collaborating, talking. A lot of times designers try to solve problems on their own. And we all have our moments of doubt that can be extended moments in weeks and months. So it's good to actually talk out loud or be on a whiteboard and write it out, and do this exercise. And then maybe what I believe is the first idea or the first solution may not be the best one, but you have to get that out first before you can actually go into, maybe better ones.
So also I want to put here, like I said, the collaborative thing, like people from different disciplines and different experience levels, they sit together, we'll get wide range of ideas. So here we'll get more ideas if it's in a workshop, and if you think that, okay, there'll be different levels of people there will be aged people who thinks in a different way. Sometimes an elderly person would love to walk and buy milk, something like that. So sometimes they will not be the elderly people may not be that savvy for these applications. So the levels of solutions can differ from people to people. So always a collaborative work will help us in finding such solutions.